Yes, GTA in Japan is real, but not in the way that you guys expected it. Let me explain. If we take a look around, yes, this all looks like Japan itself. You can see that we still have the GTA aspects, cars coming around with some pedestrians in it. But the minute that I go ahead and control my character and try to steal one of these vehicles, stop right there. Oh, okay. We still get ran over, but let's go ahead and try with this nice looking vehicle. Give me your car, please. Yeah, they disappear. So the way that the modders set up this map was that, you know, you can't steal vehicles or use weapons. I mean, I could throw a punch, and if I see another plane here, you know, maybe we can go ahead and scrap it out, but that's pretty much it. It's very minimal, so it's not really GTA, but I mean, did we really expect GTA and Japan to be in the same sentence? Like, Japan is just so peaceful and its own country when it comes to like all the things that they do and honor compared to us here in America. You know, we're pretty wild, so it makes sense for GTA to take place in the States of America. But that's not to say that Rockstar never made a game that's located in Japan itself. I mean, do you guys remember Midnight Club 2? That took place in Tokyo, so I wouldn't count that out of the possible future locations, maybe? I don't know, but I know I'm getting a little off topic here. So back to this. If you guys didn't guess it by now, yes, this is a mod that was customized on a GTA 5 map. More specifically, it's a server in FiveM, and what these guys went ahead and did was import the famous Shuto Expressway from Japan into this. Wow. And that's why you guys see all these locations. If you guys know a lot about the scenery over there, you know, locations may look familiar to you guys in this video, and you know, they imported a lot of these JDM cars, but oddly enough, this game is actually not new. It's new now in the sense that they got new owners and they remade the whole server itself. So a lot of things like the cars, for example, they had to go ahead and remake them, you know, thanks to Rockstar acquiring FiveM and now owning them. All the copyright vehicles, they had to go ahead and pretty much make it look like GTA. So this might even be a R31. But why this game, right? Why play GTA in Japan, or as they call it, Hashiria? Pretty much means runner in Japanese, if you guys are wondering. And yeah, I mean, like I said, all the aspects. Oh, we got our first glitch. Potatoed. I actually never died in this, so that's my first time seeing that. And oh, we just get thrown back to the menu. So I guess this is a good way to start off our video. So Hashiria is pretty much a game where you go ahead, you race around, and you get a whole bunch of money, and it'll allow you to do different things with your cars and get all these different vehicles, and that's pretty much it, right? It's pretty much your basic racing game. And speaking of racing games, this year seems to be like the theme for Japanese racing games. I mean, we have a whole Japanese Drift Master coming out a week from now, and in the name you guys can tell that pretty much takes place in Japan. It's like a full-on PC only version of a car racing game. So I tried it out. Some of you guys probably already saw videos on it, and it looks beautiful. And then we got the Crew Motorsport, who had some events that are related to Japanese themed races. And then you got Forza now. You know, Forza Motorsport just dropped a whole update that's Japanese related, and apparently a lot of people are speculating because of all these Japanese updates that Forza Horizon 6 is going to be taking place in Japan. Yeah, Japanese just seems to be like the culture, the center of attention right now when it comes to location for racing games. And with all of those Japanese themed add-ons, it only makes it seem more sushi. Get it? Sushi, fishy, Japan, sushi. No? Okay. That makes me seem like a racist. I mean, how cool would GTA in Japan be? Mafias do exist in Japan. So anyways, back to this game though. As any racing game, you can go ahead and buy vehicles. You can go ahead and customize your vehicles. So these are the two vehicles I currently own. And if we take a look at what the customization features look like in this, we have our two options. The performance upgrade here, you can change your air filters, which I guess that's your cold air intakes, cold air intakes. You can change your brakes, your engine, your suspension, your gearbox, and your turbo. By the way, if you guys are looking to change your suspension here and just pretty much for the overall aspect of just lowering your car like they do in GTA, don't waste your money on this. And I'm going to show you guys why in a bit. Just remember that. But if we go ahead and take a look at the visuals here, you got your body parts from outside the car. You can change the lights. So, you know, a lot of this obviously is inspired by the GTA mods, for example. You can change the eyelids of the headlights. You can change your exhaust. You can go ahead and put some new fenders on it, you know, kind of like a wide body. Okay, except this is the cheap version for this car, so we don't really want that. And you know, just a whole bunch of other things, you know, your hoods, the trunk, your window tints, and even inside the car you can go ahead and change the seats in there, the steering wheel, and you guys get the point. I mean, there's a lot of customization features in this game, which I think pretty much is what attracts the majority of people in the first place to this game. I mean, I will say right now, compared to when I first played this like 3-4 years ago, it was obviously a lot more popular then. Right now, there's literally only 2 people in this server, which is me and some other random guys. So it hasn't been as popular recently, and I think that's because a lot of people don't know that this server is back. When Rockstar went ahead and acquired this server, they pretty much shut down the server to go ahead and rework everything because they didn't want to lose their progress. You know, a lot of servers went ahead and did that. And then they just opened it, I think, like the end of last year. And since then, you know, it's been the same. And now I'm just finally playing it because I remembered about it. And I was like, oh yeah, this game, you know, I had a lot of fun of this. So, you know, one of the main reasons why people used to play this in the first place was because of all the vehicles that the game offered and how realistic they look. And because it just took place in Japan, you know, one of the famous locations for the car scene in general. I mean, I remember when this used to be packed with a whole bunch of vehicles, just everybody chilling, you know, doing their car meets and stuff, and that's all you needed. But now with nobody in the scene, you know, it just kind of looks like a dead map. And like I said, you can't really say it's GTA without having the overall environment of a GTA game. You know, the pedestrians walking around and stuff, being able to like steal cars and just live life in a game. Like, that's the whole appeal for GTA, but it's still GTA, so that's why I'm saying GTA in Japan. One thing I will say though that they did go ahead and dumb down is the customizations to the pedestrians. I mean, back then you could actually customize your character and make it look how you wanted, and there was even like modded pedestrians that you can go ahead and use. Like the one that I picked, which was pretty hilarious, was like the muscular dude. He was just very buffed, and then there was like a whole bunch of like these anime modded people walking around, and it was hilarious. They took that away obviously because those were imported assets from other games, at least most of them. And then as far as the actual mods that you can do, you know, usually all these FiveM servers have their own player menus. So here, for example, I can go ahead and mess around with my car. I can repair it. I can give it a nice wash. If we don't want collisions, we could take it off. I remember how I told you guys not to buy the racing suspensions if you guys are looking to lower your car? Well, the reason for that is because here in the menu, you can actually just go ahead and do that yourself. So you can go ahead and slam your vehicle or raise it up, whichever one you want. It's your decision. So there's no reason to go ahead and waste money on that when you can go ahead and just do it here in the mod menu. But you know, there's just other different things. You can go ahead, turn off the engine if you want while you're in the vehicle. You know, cool little features like that is what makes FiveM in general. Like, let me open my hood and then hop out my vehicle and then, you know, and just be posted up by it. Like, things like this is stuff that GTA 5 did have at a later point, but before it was just, you could only do it with mods. But aside from that, we actually have 2 other options. We can mess with the game settings and, you know, just change the weather overall. So I actually don't want it to be nighttime. I want it to be very bright. Let's change that, and it didn't work. Oh, server sync. Nah, we don't want sync. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see? Now look at how nice and bright this is. Ooh, this is actually low-key thumbnail worthy as well. I might go ahead and snap a photo of this. But yeah, you could go ahead and mess around with all of that to your liking. But as far as the other option, we have drift mode. So I mean, that one's pretty self-explanatory. You guys pretty much can go ahead and turn your car build into some drift builds. And I went ahead and picked the perfect course for this. I mean, look at this. This literally screams Japan. First of all, I'm on the wrong side. I'm gonna go ahead and start from the top over here, and we're gonna just drift our way down. Here we go. Look at this. Look at how fun this is, y'all. I mean, who doesn't like some nice drifting? Oh my god, we're horrible at it. Put some first person view for you guys. Just to show you guys that yes, this still is a GTA game. I mean, look at the way that the streets look and everything. I mean, I think this is definitely a new part that was imported onto this because I've never seen this before, and there's multiple of them. Obviously, you know, it's Japan, but this is also one of the reasons why I personally love playing this game. You know, just being able to go ahead and drift in locations like this that are just very unique to the scenario in Japan. Like, there's actually the game that I was talking about earlier, Japanese Drift Master, has a lot of this. That's why I'm going to be playing it when it comes out in a week, because it just screams everything that I wanted in a racing game, you know? Japan itself is just visually appealing. Like, I don't know, everything about the way things look over there, it's just so much more vibrant and a lot cleaner. At least compared to what I'm used to seeing, you know. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who will be doing a lot better job than I am. And, you know, just trying to go ahead, make it down without bumping your cars. And when you have this with friends, it just makes it a lot more funner, right? You know, doing those famous tandems and getting as close as possible to each other and making it down here, you know, it's fun. But obviously there's so much more other locations. If we take a look at the map itself, this is pretty much it. Yeah, it all looks like a straight line, but when you actually go ahead and try to drive it, it's so much more. I wonder how long it would actually take to go ahead and drive all of that. Maybe I'll do a separate video of that alone. But if you don't want to drive there and you actually just wanted to see what locations are available in this, you can just go ahead and teleport here, and you know, you get a glimpse of what areas there are. So there's a famous Tatsumi one, Shibura, Doggy Coffee. We already went to Daikoku, you know, the Tamada track here. There's so much other locations here that if you're familiar with the scene, you guys will be like, oh my gosh, they actually have that. So that's why I think it's definitely worth checking out. And oh look, we actually have someone here. Oh yeah, he's honking. Aside from everything that I just showed you, we didn't even go to the main part about this game, the main thing that it offers, which is racing. So if we go over here to the race menu, you have your different options here. You can do some drift races, which for some reason I don't have unlocked. You have the no contact if you don't want to be pushed around by other players, and then you have the contact. So we're gonna do the contact because we're not scared. And right now, because there aren't a lot of players in this lobby, it's so easy to go ahead and farm for that yen. If we actually just go back to the shop for a second and look at how much these vehicles themselves cost, I think the server got hit with tariffs, because what is this price? 15 million for a Supra. You pretty much start off with 7 million, so you cannot get that as your starter vehicle. And we don't even have a million to our name right now. So things like doing races and completing the objectives that you guys see there on the side is what's going to get you all that yen. But obviously, it goes without saying that you're gonna have to spend some time in the game. Holy crap, damn! But if we go back to the race menu here and go to the one that says the Fukuoka Loop, I hope I said that right, I probably did it. It's the one that offers the most yen and experience. So we have 285k that we're going to be going ahead and earning from this alone, and 38k XP. Only thing about it is, obviously, it is a little bit long because it does take you around the whole map. So when you see that these servers are empty, you can pretty much farm this out. But I'd be lying if I was videos to say that that wasn't a drag, because it honestly is. This alone barely gets us 1 mil in the amount of 5 races. So imagine trying to get 10 mil. And each of these is an average between 6 to 11 minutes, depending on how good you are on the track. So we're gonna go ahead and do this just for the video. He's in a EK2, a nice Civic. We got a nice lead on him, okay. And by the way, I don't have it on for copyright reasons, but you do have the GTA radio, so it's not exactly boring. Like, you guys can go ahead and bump to these tunes. Oh my gosh. You just hit the car into me. Oh my god, we're losing all traction. It's so hard to freaking control these vehicles. That wobbly hard feeling of controlling a car from GTA is still here. So long as, you know, if you upgrade the car, then obviously it becomes a little bit easier. But for me personally, what I would like to say is, you know, just going around the map and seeing it's a good feeling, honestly. Like, look at how far out we are from the GTA map itself. Like, you can kind of see it in the distance over there. Like, that's Los Santos down there, and we're up here floating in midair or out far in the seas. Or actually, that might just be another imported map. And boom, there you go. We came in first, and it took us 7 minutes and 58. The other guy just ended up quitting. Oh no, he just finished there, never mind. So that's what I mean about how long it takes to complete this overall. But aside from all that, that's pretty much it. I mean, they do have other locations here, which maybe I'll do in a whole nother video if you guys want to see it. You know, I would love to go ahead and play this with other people and just get a full lobby and see what that would be like. You know, I kind of miss those days, because with no pedestrians walking around and just driving around, it does get a little bit boring and lonely over here, you know? Yeah, we got some vehicles, but I just don't think it's enough, especially when we're talking about a GTA game. So if you ever wonder what GTA in Japan is like, this is your answer. If there's anything else that I may have missed, let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think about this overall? I wish that they did go ahead and add some more customization features to our pedestrians, because I just hate the fact that I have to walk around in this racing gear suit. Maybe there's something that I don't know about. But yeah, that's all I got to show you guys. Subscribe if you guys want to see some more. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump off the edge of this, because why not? Kind of reminds me of that one game that I do not remember the name of, but subscribe!